Brett, congratulations and welcome to the Atleti family. How are you feeling?
Feeling good. Yeah, I'm really excited. The first couple weeks of preseason have been good. Getting my legs again, and just getting with a new group is always an exciting time.
You know, the head coach is new to the fans as well. So what has life been like over the last few sessions under head coach Diego Mejia? And what's the vibe like in the squad?
I think it's really positive. Like we've spoken before, we got a good blend of some younger and some more experienced players, and it's always different with a new coach, just to kind of the first few sessions kind of feeling out what the sessions might look like, what the coach is looking for. But overall, I think the players are excited. It seems like it's going to be a positive change, and there's a lot of excitement, which at this stage is all you kind of want to look for.
Now you're joining the club as a left back, but your playing career has seen you play at number 10 in that attacking midfield role as well as on the wing before. How would you describe yourself as a player and what you try to bring to the field every time you step on it?
That's kind of a loaded question. I think I like to bring calmness. That's something that I think I've been referred to as that kind of player. I can bring kind of calmness to a game that might be a little bit hectic. I like to be a possession-based player, possession-based team, which I'm sure you hear that a lot, just because when you have the ball, you don't need to run as much. But overall, just experience now. I'm going into I think this is my 11th year in numerous different leagues. So I think I got experience, and I'm excited to stay fit and just show the fans what I got.
Now you played in MLS, you played in USL, but you've also played in the Canadian Premier League, and you scored quite the goal at TD Place in 2022 whilst playing for Valor FC in a game that fans may want to push out of their mind, but clearly it laid some strong foundations for the club as we went on to win a title that year. But one of the things that I remember most about that game is that despite the scoreline, the supporters didn't stop singing all game. What do you remember from that match, and how do you feel now knowing that you're going to be playing in front of a very strong CPL fan base and a very loud one every week?
Yeah, I mean, the goal is obviously very memorable. It was probably one of, if not the best goal I've scored in my career. So that was very memorable, but I completely agree. I remember, I feel like every time we came to Ottawa, they always, you recognize the fans. They were always there no matter what the scoreline, whether they were winning, whether they were losing. I remember after that game, fans weren't leaving. Like normally, you know, I think it was 5-0 at one point, and the fans were all still there. Nobody's walking out after the game. All the players head down. The fans are trying to pick them up, shaking their hands, doing the walkthrough. That's pretty rare, even in anywhere. So that excites me, that the fans you know that they're always behind you, and when you're on the field, it just makes it that much easier knowing all that support that you have.
You touched on it before, but there's a real blend of experience in the squad this year, as well as some young, exciting talent in the team. You've had quite the career already, and you'll undoubtedly probably be a big part of the leadership in this group and mentorship. Is that a role you relish?
Yeah, I think so. I think I was in a similar role when I was at Valor. It's a role that I am excited about, just because I have that experience, and similar to when I was a younger player, there was always those players in the locker room, and it meant a lot when they put their arm around you and helped you out, whether it was an on-field thing, whether it was outside of football, something going on in life, just something that they may have experienced, and you're new to the sport, you're new to the professional atmosphere. So it's always nice to know that you have older guys that you can that can lend an ear.
Now, you've spoken on the record before as well about wanting to inspire the next generation of Canadian soccer players, especially, you know, as the first kid born and raised and playing his whole, you know, first 2 decades of life soccer in Saskatchewan, and then signing an MLS deal. How important do you think the CPL is to the Canadian soccer ecosystem and the opportunities that it provides for young athletes today?
It's super important. I've spoken about this topic so many times, and I'm very passionate about it, just because, as with anything, when you can see a clear pathway, it makes it that much more attainable, and you lose less players that just kind of fizzle out. That was so common. Even growing up, there was numerous players that I remember that were in the university program, players who I thought were really high quality players that just didn't see a clear pathway, or, you know, school was always the best option. So like, let's stick with school, and like maybe if you know, get scouted or you get seen, that was kind of the route, which was very rare. and I'm an example of that. I think until I was 21, I was playing in Saskatoon, in Saskatchewan. I had no offers from any college teams in the United States growing up just because nobody looks there. And there are tons of pockets like that throughout Canada. Now having the CPL and having the draft available, it opens everything up. It shows kids that maybe, it was a common theme where kids would go through high school and all they ever wanted was to I need to get scouted by an NCAA team. That's the only way I'm gonna make the MLS, or that's my path to pro. Whereas now, all the Canadian universities, they have that pathway, which is extremely important.
So that's a goal for yourself. It's safe to say continue trying to inspire and bringing that story forward. What are your other goals for 2025, personal and collectively as well?
Personally, I want to stay fit, and I want to get better every time I step on the field and be the best that I can be, mentally, physically, and obviously as a team, I just want to win something. I want to compete every single game, and whether that's Canadian Cup, whether that's winning the league, it's time to win something for myself personally, and this is the team I think that we can do it.
Smashing, Brett. Thank you very much for your time. Welcome to the team.
Thank you, I appreciate it.